Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now biogeochemical cycles we were on last time, and we discussed first of all the basic definition of a biogeochemical cycle, why we call it bio and then geochemical, what are the processes involved related to biology and related to geochemical. Okay, importance of elements were discussed also. Then cycling of elements, I think so, was happened. Then we started G.
बस आपकी आवाज बहुत हल्की आ रही है।
हल्की आ रही है, अब सही आ रही है?
हाँ, अब थोड़ी बेटर है।
अच्छा, सही है।
अब सही है।
Then water cycle we discussed. After that, water cycle processes in which we discussed evaporation, sublimation, different processes and their relationship with each other. Okay, when one is happening, when it's happening more, than other would be less or more, that we discussed in detail. And carbon cycle we discussed, that is also shown here, what is happening, where it is starting. Then biological carbon cycle, I think so we were on this topic, isn't it, the last time?
Yes, ma'am, इसी पर थे हम।
है ना? The biological carbon cycle. Okay, now the biological carbon cycle represents what? That interdependence of different organisms and different ecosystems with each other. Organisms are connected in many ways. Even among different ecosystems, they are connected. Okay, in different ecosystems, they are connected with each other. And a good example of this connection is the exchange of carbon between heterotrophs and autotrophs by the way of atmospheric carbon dioxide. Okay, you have seen that thing, that is your when any autotroph is there, like for example plants are there, and these plants are liberating oxygen from as a result of respiration, and you require oxygen, so you are having you can inhale that oxygen. In this way you are interlinked with that autotrophs. Okay, so this is the best example, that the heterotrophs and autotrophs by the way of atmospheric carbon dioxide. Or we can also say that carbon dioxide is required to produce the food for plants by the process of photosynthesis. So carbon dioxide is inhaled by the plants, okay, and oxygen is exhaled, and then oxygen is taken up by the animals, okay, or the heterotroph. In this way, this is going on. Okay, sometimes it happens that the carbon dioxide is, and you are liberating carbon dioxide, automatically this is required for the process of photosynthesis for the plant. So in this way, the biological carbon cycle runs. Carbon is passed from producers to higher trophic levels through consumption also, okay, because you know that when one organism die, okay, or the waste product of those organisms, they become the part of soil, okay, and sometimes they become the part of another life form, okay, like bacteria, like fungi, like viruses. So those organisms also depend upon the carbon, okay. So this is one way. And secondly, the decomposers, all the decomposers are basically having this thing, that relationship, that they require carbon for their also energy. Okay, so in this way, these all the products are passed from, the carbon is passed from producers to higher trophic level through the consumption of those organisms. Then biogeochemical carbon cycle. The movement of carbon through land, water, and air is complex and occurs much more slowly than the movement between organisms. Okay, uh, like we have discussed, that biological carbon cycle is a way in which one organism is taking one type of your compound, and like your, for example, you can say that glucose or carbohydrates would be taken up by the higher organisms, okay, like heterotrophs or heterotrophs. Among the heterotrophs, several trophic levels are there, okay, so they will be taking up the organisms from one trophic level to another trophic level. In this way, the biological cycle runs, and this is a quick way, okay, to transfer carbon from one trophic level to another trophic level. But when we talk about biogeochemical carbon cycle, which involves land, which involves water and air, that becomes quite complex. The movement of carbon through land, water, and air is complex and occurs much more slowly than the movement between organisms. Okay, so it means that biogeochemical cycle runs between land, water, and air, and carbon is stored for long periods in carbon reservoirs. Okay, which include the atmosphere. Obviously, the carbon reservoirs are the places where the carbon is present, basically, and these reservoirs can be atmosphere, they can be the bodies of liquid water. Mostly, they are present in the oceans. Ocean sediments are must be there. They are stored in ocean sediments, stored in soil in the form of soil organic carbon, stored in rocks. Okay, including fossil fuels. Obviously, the carbon is stored in rock in the form of fossil fuels, and Earth's interior, in the interior part of the Earth, this all carbon is stored. That is known as carbon storage. Okay, or these are known as carbon reservoirs. The atmosphere is major. So this along these all complex entities, the carbon cycle is quite complex. Okay, so from one place, from one entity like land to water to air, the movement is there, but this is complex movement. You have to know that thing. Okay, as compared to the biological carbon cycle, the atmosphere is major reservoir of carbon in the form of carbon dioxide. This is the main thing you need to remember, that point, that the carbon biogeochemical among the biogeochemical chemical cycle, the atmosphere is major reservoir of carbon in the form of carbon dioxide, and carbon dioxide from the atmosphere dissolves in water and reacts with water molecule to form ionic compounds, means carbonic acid sometimes. Okay, so carbon dioxide, when it dissolves in water in the form of uh, from the rainfall, it is present in the atmosphere and it dissolves in water. It forms the carbonic acid. Okay, and then it comes down and react with other species, other things on the land, and it goes into the rivers or oceans or other places. Some of these ions combine with calcium ions in the seawater to form calcium carbonate. Okay, this is the main thing. That is, sometimes it happens that 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 seawater contains many minerals. Okay, its salinity is quite high. इसकी salinity जो sea water होती है उसकी salinity बहुत ज़्यादा होती है. Okay, and that it contains many elements in it. Okay, यानी जो हमारा sea water है, that contains many elements, among which calcium is also an element which is present in the sea water. Okay, calcium ions are present. Okay, and these ions basically combine with what? Carbonic acid. Okay, that is carbon dissolved or ionic, जिसको हम कहते हैं simply carbon dioxide in ionic form. Okay, carbon dioxide, when it comes in ionic form, as it dissolves from the rainfall. Okay, and through the rainfall, when the carbon is there, carbon dioxide is there in the atmosphere, and water or simply the rainfall happens, that rainfall will form will convert carbon dioxide into ionic compound. Okay, और simply हम इसको ये भी कहते हैं कि कार्बोनिक एसिड में भी हो जाता है. ठीक है, so when it enters into the rivers or sea water, and the sea water contains calcium. Okay, so this calcium and the ionic form of carbon dioxide combines to form calcium carbonate. सॉरी कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट बना लेता है वो. ठीक है, a major component of the shells of marine organisms, which is okay, so this is calcium carbonate. यानी हमारे जो सी वाटर है उसके अंदर जो शेल्स मौजूद होते हैं, they are all made up of calcium carbonate, and these all were formed. यानी ये तो एक समझे आपके पास major component of shells of marine organisms. These organisms eventually die and their shells, यानी ये बेसिकली जो कार्बन कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट बन रहा है, ये वो कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट नहीं है जो सी शेल्स के अंदर है. सी शेल्स तो बेसिकली वो अपना प्रोड्यूस कर रहे होते हैं, यानी जो और मरीन ऑर्गेनिजम्स होते हैं, दे प्रोड्यूस देयर ओन शेल्स. ठीक है, वो तो बनते हैं, लेकिन यहाँ पे जो आपके पास रॉक्स हैं वो दे वुड बी
known as, these rocks will be known as calcium carbonate rocks. Okay, so in this way, the carbon is stored in this form in the sea waters, in the sea water. These organisms eventually die. Okay, sometimes it happens there. Obviously, the organisms, marine organisms, would be there, and they would die, and their shells form sediment on the ocean floor. ओके, सो दिस इज अनदर वे, यानी इसमें दो चीजें मिक्स हैं. एक तो आपके पास क्या है कि कैल्शियम जो आपके पास मौजूद है इन द सी वाटर, ठीक है, दैट इज कंबाइंड विद carbon dioxide in the form of ionic form, which comes from the atmosphere and enters the sea water, and it basically forms precipitates, यानी यही आपके precipitates बनाते हैं, और इसके थ्रू आपके पास limestone बन जाता है in the sea water. ठीक है, so that is basically some other way. एक तरीका ये होता है कि जो आपके पास सी शेल्स हैं या ऑर्गेनिजम्स है, मरीन ऑर्गेनिजम्स, दे प्रोड्यूस देयर शेल्स आर आल्सो मेड अप ऑफ कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट. ठीक है, उनके शेल्स जो होते हैं, दे आर आल्सो मेड अप ऑफ कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट, एंड व्हेन दे डाई, when these organisms die, marine organisms die, they add up the shells, or their shells become the their shells form sediment on the sea floor. Okay, तो ये जो shells होते हैं as it is they form sediment. Okay, यानी break होते हैं ये shells, और ये basically form the sediments on the sea floor and form इसको भी हम इस तरीके का कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट की रॉक ही कह रहे होते हैं. So basically calcium carbon is stored in these forms in the sea water. Okay. Now, over geologic time, the calcium carbonate forms limestone, which comprises the largest carbon reservoir on the earth. Whether it is formed in the form of precipitates, as I have told you before, that the calcium ions, when they are present in the sea water, and when they combine with the ionic compounds of ionic form of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, when they precipitate out, they form limestone. This is one way. ठीक है, जिसको हम कहते हैं कि लाइमस्टोन प्रेसिपिटेशन से बना. ठीक है, और एक फॉर्म ये है कि जो बायोलॉजी से बन रहा है, यानी कि जो आपके पास जो शेल्स हैं मरीन ऑर्गेनिजम्स के, दे बेसिकली बिकम द पार्ट ऑफ द सी फ्लोर, और दे बेसिकली die, and then their shells form sediment on the sea floor. ठीक है, sediment बना लेते हैं, part तो नहीं बनाते obviously, sediment on the sea floor, and they form huge calcium carbonate rocks. So these calcium carbonate rocks are known as limestone, and they comprise, over geological time they become, दैट सी बात है, ये जो sediments होते हैं on the ocean floors, they take time to form limestone or the rock. ठीक है, so that is the main thing which is written over here, that is over geologic time, the calcium carbonate forms limestone, which comprises the largest carbon reservoir on the earth. Is this thing clear or not? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, clear है.
Clear है, चले सही, आगे बढ़ते हैं. यानी
Yes,
कि
ma'am, clear है.
अच्छा, have you studied geology? आपने पढ़ा है कोई कोर्स geology से related?
जी मैम, बेसिक जियोलॉजी पढ़ी.
बेसिक जियोलॉजी, उसमें यही सारी चीजें हैं. ठीक है, now coming to the next one, which is a land carbon is stored in soil as we have discussed before, that all the carbon which is basically present in the form of plants, in the form of animals. Okay, क्योंकि our whole bodies are made up of carbon. ठीक है, हम ये कहते हैं कि हमारी पूरी bodies जो हैं, they are made up of, all the living organisms are made up of carbon, and the carbon जो है that is present in the form of different compounds, यानी कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स की फॉर्म में मौजूद है. ठीक है, ग्लूकोज की फॉर्म में है, दैट इज प्रोटीन की फॉर्म में है. ठीक है, तो ऑल दीज कंपाउंड्स जो आपके बायोकेमिस्ट्री में आप अगर आपने लिया हो कोर्स तो पढ़ेंगे उसमें. ऑन लैंड कार्बन इज स्टोर्ड इन सॉइल एज ऑर्गेनिक कार्बन as a result of the decomposition of organism or from weathering of terrestrial rock and minerals. So it means that from where this soil carbon is coming. सॉइल कार्बन कहाँ से आ रहा है, जिसको हम कहते हैं कि सॉइल, यानी इसको कहते हैं सॉइल कार्बन है, SOIL, सॉइल, सी, सॉइल कार्बन. दिस कार्बन becomes or enters into the soil by the decomposition of organisms those who are present there, and by basically the weathering of terrestrial rock and their fragments or minerals. यानी जो हमने अभी डिस्कस किया, कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट रॉक्स आर देयर इनसाइड द ओशंस. ओके, ऑब्वियसली दे आर प्रेजेंट ऑन द सरफेस इन द ऑन द इनलैंड एरिया. वहाँ पे ही मौजूद हैं सारी आपके पास कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट की रॉक्स. You have seen, must have seen, they are in the on the coastal region of Karachi. So these calcium carbonate rocks, when they are weathered, they also give out the carbon into the soil. So they that becomes the soil carbon. इसको हम कहते हैं soil organic carbon. Okay, as a result of decomposition of organism or from weathering of terrestrial rocks and minerals. Deeper or underground are what? Let me. Deeper underground of fossil fuels, the anaerobically decomposed remains of plants and algae that live millions of years. So there are several things written, or you can say that the carbon storage or carbon reservoirs they have mentioned, from where they are actually these carbon reservoirs are actually present. So deeper when you go underground, so they are present in the form of fossil fuels, and these fossil fuels have been basically decomposed anaerobically. Anaerobically means in the absence of oxygen, and decomposed remains of what? Decomposed basically नहीं होते, यानी कि simple ये नहीं कह सकते कि they got decomposed totally. They are anaerobically decomposed remains of plants and algae that lived millions of years ago. ठीक है, they are that. So these fossil fuels, plants and animals के जो decomposed organic remains हैं, ठीक है, they are present. So this is basically the way, the places where carbon cycle or carbon is present, and all this is known as biogeochemical carbon cycle, in which यानी अब हम देख रहे हैं कि land, water and air when it is coming, so you have seen that air से हमारे पास आ रहा है, किस तरह से water में जा रहा है, ठीक है, और फिर किस तरह से again it is becoming the rock in the water, ठीक है, and then it is uplifted, all the rocks are uplifted on the ground. यानी uplifted जो आपकी phenomena हो रहा होता है उसके थ्रू जो है वो that must be present on the, that can be seen on the land, and through that process land पे जब आपको नजर आ रही होती हैं वही rocks, so obviously they could become the part of soil. So this is known as biogeochemical carbon cycle. ठीक है. Now coming to, ये तो मैंने पहले ही बता दिया है. On land, carbon is stored in soil as organic as organic carbon as a result of the decomposition of organisms or from weathering of terrestrial rock and minerals. Deeper underground of fossil fuels, anaerobically decomposed remains of plants and algae that live. ये repeated है. Another way for carbon to enter the atmosphere is from land, including land beneath the surface of the ocean by the eruption of volcanoes and other geochemical geothermal systems. ये भी एक another way है. Carbon sediments from the ocean floor are taken deep within earth by the process of subduction. If they are present in the ocean floor, like in the form of seashell, they can become the part of deeper parts of the earth by the process of subduction. ठीक है, यानी subduction का मतलब वही है कि when one plate is moving below the another plate, is going beside the another plate, that process is known as subduction, and this is carrying the carbon which was present in the on the surface down the surface, or in the deeper horizons or deeper parts of the earth. The movement of one tectonic plate beneath another, वही हम कह रहे हैं कि that is basically the subduction, and when this is happening, that is the tectonic plate, one tectonic plate is moving like oceanic or continental plate, when it is subducting beneath the another plate, so carbon becomes the part of that place. Carbon is released as carbon dioxide when volcanoes erupt or from volcanic hydrothermal vents. Volcanic hydrothermal vents के through भी निकल रहे होते हैं, and they are, this carbon dioxide is being evolved through volcanoes. So these are all the possible ways the carbon is coming into the atmosphere and going into the deeper, into the different horizons or different entities like air and water. Then nitrogen fixing bacteria and nitrogen fixation. ये हमारे पास देखो थोड़ा सा इसको हम क्या नाम है वैसे करेंगे यानी अच्छा जब ये क्लास ओवर होने लगे ना मतलब ये आपका जूम तो मुझे प्लीज बेटा कॉल मी और सम लीव अ मैसेज। वैसे तो खैर ये बंद हो ही जाएगा उसके बाद फिर हम दोबारा से इंशाल्लाह ताला विल बी ज्वाइनिंग इट अगेन। Okay, now nitrogen fixing bacteria are prokaryotic or microorganisms that are capable of transforming nitrogen gas from. अच्छा, the thing is that first of all you need to see. अच्छा पहले तो हम इसको read कर लेते हैं so that we can have the idea about it and then we can relate it with the diagram which is forthcoming. That is capable of transforming nitrogen gas from the atmosphere into fixed nitrogen compounds such as ammonia that are usable by the plants. You must have studied this thing, this nitrogen cycle in your previous courses also. So can I ask you some questions related to it? That are what type of bacteria which are what type of bacteria are responsible for in nitrogen cycle? How many types of them are there? Hello.
Yes, miss.
हाँ मुझे पूछ रही थी कि आपसे तो जरा ये मुझे बताइए कि what type of bacteria are involved in this nitrogen cycle?
मैम आपकी आवाज बहुत हल्की आ रही है।
अब आ रही है? Is it clear now?
जी।
Okay, now tell me please that what type of bacteria are responsible or required or play their role in nitrogen cycle? कौन कौन से बैक्टीरिया होते हैं? What is nitrogen fixation?
मैम आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही।
बिल्कुल नहीं आ रही है आवाज। अब आ रही है? Can you hear me now? Hello? Can you hear me
जी
now?
मैम आप आ रही।
अच्छा बिल्कुल मैंने माइक्रोफोन अपने माउथ पीस जो है माउथ पे ही रखा हुआ है सो दैट यू कैन हियर इट। अच्छा देन देखो नाइट्रोजन का मैं पूछ रही थी कि द नाइट्रोजन फिक्सिंग बैक्टीरिया आर प्रोकैरियोटिक और माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स दैट आर सिंगल सेल्ड okay microorganisms that are capable of transforming nitrogen gas from the atmosphere into nitrogen fixed nitrogen compounds such as ammonia that are usable by the plants. अमोनिया और नाइट्रेट देखो द थिंग इज दैट वी हैव टू सी कि किस तरह से ये पूरा प्रोसेस हो रहा है तो फॉर दैट थिंग वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड some type of bacteria and these are the types which are known as nitrogen fixing bacteria. ठीक है, running out time is going on yani only this meeting will end in 10 minutes. Upgrade now to remove the 40 minutes time limit. इसको क्या अपग्रेड कर दूं मैं? Should I upgrade this or not? चलें इसको दोबारा से ज्वाइन करेंगे हम, ठीक है। अच्छा नाउ these nitrogen fixing bacteria are prokaryotic bacteria, prokaryotic microorganisms, and they basically do what? They absorb nitrogen from the atmosphere and convert that nitrogen into fixed nitrogen compounds such as ammonia or it can ammonia में convert कर देते हैं and that will be utilized by plants. यानी plants कुछ plants इस ammonia को भी ले लेते हैं, otherwise many of the plants require nitrogen in the form of nitrates. Okay, so there are two main types of nitrogen fixing bacteria. We were talking about nitrogen fixing bacteria and nitrogen fixation यानी process जिसमें हम कह रहे हैं कि what is nitrogen fixation and how does this process happen. ठीक है, नाइट्रोजन फिक्सेशन होता किस तरह से, सो ये हम जरा इसको डिस्कस कर रहे हैं कि व्हाट इज नाइट्रोजन फिक्सेशन. And nitrogen fixation is the process in which basically nitrogen is being converted into its compound like nitrogen like ammonia. ठीक है, इसमें कन्वर्ट हो जाए, इसको हम कह रहे हैं नाइट्रोजन फिक्सेशन. एंड दिस हैपेंस ड्यू टू some bacteria which are basically microorganisms and they are single cell microorganisms and they live in the root nodules of certain plants, and these plants are known as leguminous plants. What are legumes? What are legumes? Legumes क्या होते हैं?
Plants of the pea family.
Yes, plants of the pea family such as legumes are some, यानी pea family यानी कि जो जितनी pulses and all beans basically, ठीक है, जो आप pulses ले रहे होते हैं, दालें वगैरह हैं, ठीक है, और उसमें जो आपके पास ये होता है क्या नाम है, बीन्स, हम बीन्स भी बड़े मजे से खा रहे होते हैं. So these all beans and the pulse family plants, they basically have their roots, and in their roots their specific type of bacteria live, and these bacteria are known as nitrogen fixing bacteria. Okay, and most important host for nitrogen fixing bacteria, but a number of other plants can also harbor these helpful bacteria. Other nitrogen fixing bacteria are free living and do not require a host. Yani these are, there are two, ये जो nitrogen fixing bacteria are of two type. Number one, एक है आपके पास symbiotic and some जो है वो some are mutualistic, जो के रूट नोड्यूल्स में रह रहे होते हैं. सिम्बियोटिक जो होते हैं, the symbiotic, they basically are the free living type of nitrogen fixing bacteria. ठीक है, they live in freely in the soil. ठीक है, soil में ये freely रह रहे होते हैं. They do not require any host like the bacteria which basically live in the root nodules. Root nodules में रहने वाले जो bacteria, they are mutualistic and they basically are known as mutualistic species. Okay, and और ये जो है वो आपके इनका जो होस्ट होता है वो रूट नोड्यूल्स होती हैं ऑफ एनी लिग्यूमिनस प्लांट. ठीक है, और जो फ्री लिविंग है वो फ्री लिविंग सॉइल में रह रहे हैं कहीं पे भी एज इट इज, एंड दे आर नॉट रिक्वायरिंग एनी सॉर्ट ऑफ होस्ट. सो दे आर कॉमनली फाउंड इन सॉइल और इन एक्वेटिक एनवायरमेंट्स, यानी ये जो आपके पास फ्री लिविंग है. सो नाउ कमिंग टू द नाइट्रोजन साइकिल. नाइट्रोजन साइकिल हम देखते हैं इसमें. तो पहले तो यहाँ देख लें, गेटिंग नाइट्रोजन इनटू लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स इज डिफिकल्ट. why is it difficult that the organisms cannot get nitrogen easily, as we can easily get oxygen from the atmosphere? Why don't we absorb, why cannot we absorb nitrogen from the atmosphere? This is a question to you. बताइए.
मैम हम डायरेक्ट नाइट्रोजन इनकॉर्पोरेट नहीं कर सकते ना.
क्यों? Why? Though the percentage of nitrogen present in the atmosphere is how much? कितनी है?
78%.
Okay, 78% है. तो हम वो नाइट्रोजन क्यों नहीं ले सकते? Don't we inhale that nitrogen? Do we filter out that nitrogen in the atmosphere and we only take oxygen? Air as a whole enters into the bodies. ऐसा ही होता है ना, एयर तो पूरी आपकी जा रही होती है. So why don't we absorb nitrogen? Why the blood stream does not have the ability to absorb nitrogen? Basically the nitrogen is an inert gas. ठीक है, नाइट्रोजन एक इनर्ट गैस होती है, इसके दरमियान जो है दैट इज ट्रिपल बॉन्ड, कोवेलेंट ट्रिपल बॉन्ड इज प्रेजेंट. ठीक है, नाइट्रोजन यानी नाइट्रोजन N2 की फॉर्म में मौजूद है इन द फॉर्म ऑफ गैस, एंड दिस इज इनर्ट गैस एंड दिस इज क्वाइट टॉक्सिक. ठीक है, ये हम अगर मतलब हमारी बॉडीज के लिए सूटेबल भी नहीं है, इट इज क्वाइट टॉक्सिक. So that is why we cannot inhale, we cannot absorb it. We do inhale it, but we have no ability to absorb that nitrogen. ठीक है, so nitrogen जो इसकी फॉर्म में गैस की फॉर्म में मौजूद है. So this nitrogen is basically useless for us. हमारे लिए इस वक्त यूजलेस है क्योंकि हम जो इसको एब्जॉर्ब नहीं कर सकते अपने ब्लड स्ट्रीम में. हमारा ब्लड स्ट्रीम जो ब्लड वेसल्स होती हैं इसको एब्जॉर्ब नहीं कर सकती क्योंकि ये नाइट्रोजन जो है दैट इज इनर्ट. इसके बाद दरमियान जो अल्लाह ताला ने एक ट्रिपल कोवेलेंट बॉन्ड दिया दैट इज क्वाइट स्ट्रॉन्ग, सो वी कैन नॉट ब्रेक इट. तो अब ये जो नाइट्रोजन है दैट शुड बी बेसिकली एब्जॉर्ब बाय समथिंग एल्स एंड देन शुड बी कन्वर्टेड इनटू इट्स कंपाउंड एंड देन शुड बी रीच टू अस. तो यही हमारे पास नाइट्रोजन साइकिल बता रही है कि plants and phytoplanktons are not equipped to incorporate nitrogen from the atmosphere where it exists as tightly bonded triple covalent nitrogen. ठीक है, N2 even though this molecule comprises approximately 78% of the atmosphere. This is the same thing as I have told you before. Okay, 78% is in a huge amount, which is thrice as the percentage of your oxygen in the atmosphere. 21 अगर आप कर लें तो अप्रोक्सीमेटली थ्राइस से भी हमारे पास ज्यादा परसेंटेज हमारे पास जो है नाइट्रोजन की मौजूद है इन द एटमॉस्फेयर, बट वी आर नॉट एबल टू एब्जॉर्ब इट टू इनहेल इट. यानी इनहेल तो करते हैं लेकिन एब्जॉर्ब नहीं कर सकते. नाइट्रोजन एंटर्स द लिविंग वर्ल्ड थ्रू फ्री लिविंग एंड सिम्बियोटिक बैक्टीरिया. सो दिस इज द मेन थिंग यू हैव टू स्टार्ट इट फ्रॉम. कि नाइट्रोजन देखो, कभी भी कोई चीज आपको बतानी हो ना तो आप उसका मेन आइडिया पकड़ा करें कि फ्रॉम वेयर वी हैव टू स्टार्ट. So in this whole nitrogen cycle, you should not be confused about from where you have to start. You are supposed to start from free living and symbiotic bacteria. Free living symbiotic bacteria से आपने start करनी है, ठीक है. और जो आपके पास root nodules में रह रहे हैं, ठीक है. So these nitrogen enters the living world through free living and symbiotic bacteria which incorporate nitrogen into their organic molecules through specialized biochemical processes. Certain species of bacteria are able to perform nitrogen fixation. यहीं पे आपके पास पूरा नाइट्रोजन फिक्सेशन का प्रोसेस हो रहा है कि जो नाइट्रोजन आ रही है एटमॉस्फेयर से, ठीक है, इट इज बीइंग कन्वर्टेड इनटू अमोनिया बाय दीज बैक्टीरिया व्हिच स्पॉन्टेनियसली बिकम अमोनियम. फौरन ही अमोनियम में कन्वर्ट हो जाता है NH4 आइन. अमोनियम इज कन्वर्टेड बाय बैक्टीरिया इनटू नाइट्रेट्स अगेन. यानी यहाँ पे जो बैक्टीरिया हैं, यहाँ पे हमारे पास जो है ये कहलाते हैं फिर यानी एक तो हमारे पास आया नाइट्रोजन फिक्सिंग बैक्टीरिया, और अब हमारे पास कौन से बैक्टीरिया होंगे, व्हाट सॉर्ट ऑफ बैक्टीरिया मस्ट बी प्रेजेंट देयर टू कन्वर्ट अमोनियम इनटू क्या नाम है नाइट्रेट्स. नाइट्रेट्स में कन्वर्ट करने के लिए जो बैक्टीरिया हमारे पास होंगे दे वुड बी बेसिकली नाइट्रीफाइंग बैक्टीरिया, ठीक है. सो आफ्टर द कन्वर्जन ऑफ नाइट्रोजन इनटू अमोनिया, or ammonia would definitely be converted into ammonium, then the role of nitrifying bacteria starts, or these nitrifying bacteria converts the ammonium into nitrites first of all, that is NO2, and then convert that nitrite into nitrates, which is basically the form of nitrogen into NO3. At this point the nitrogen containing molecules are used by plants and other producers to make organic molecules such as DNA and protein. This nitrogen is now available to consumers. I think this is going to be finished. The time is going to be finished. Inshallah, I'll be connecting again. Okay. So we'll be starting from the next slide. The nitrogen that enters living systems is eventually converted